a seat for you too.
I'm so glad. What is this for? Oh, I just want to make sure you can see me.
They can see you.
Okay, I can see them. They can see my feet.
So Richard, they seem eager to go here.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I'm eager too. I mean, this is a very special night. I feel so thrilled, truly, to be here with this wonderful, wonderful theater. It's just one of the most remarkable experiences. You really feel what show business was really like in its prime, when you had a great organist coming out playing some great instrument, and then you saw a presentation like you don't see it in any other theater. It's just so special. This is a very special house.
Well, we were talking backstage, we were talking about the fact that Citizen Kane premiered here, and the great Audrey Hepburn movie Sabrina, and Dr. Zhivago, come on, and of course, Beauty and the Beast. And you were telling us backstage that when you were a wee little Richard, little man, what films did you come and see here?
I saw the Bob Hope, Bing Crosby comedies, The Road to Zanzibar, The Road to Bali, and all those wonderful, funny pictures, which I certainly loved. No car chases, nobody got killed. It was just fun. Oh, you got a G-rated crowd, I can see that.
Well, now, talking of nostalgia, can you believe it's the 50th anniversary of Mary Poppins?
It's really, I know, it's an amazing thing, 50 years, I can't believe it. And my bio still says I'm 39. I should update it a little bit. No, it's amazing, it's 50 whole years since the picture opened.
And then, of course, topped this year with Saving Mr. Banks.
I know, isn't that, it's a wonderful film, it really is, they did a great job. Tom Hanks was a great Disney.
Well, I have to ask, what did you think of your performance in Saving Mr. Banks?
Well, I thought he was wonderful. Jason Schwartzman, he played Richard, he played me. And he did a great job. He watched the way I played the piano and everything. He sings better than I do. I went to the other. But he certainly threw himself into it. He was delightful. Everyone in the cast was great. I thought Emma Thompson was superb. And it's a little known fact, this is a true story. This really did happen. This strange lady with all her problems came and descended upon us.
Hold it, Richard, don't give us your opinion.
No, actually it was quite an amazing experience. 2 weeks in another world.
You cleaned that up, didn't you?
I did. Fictional land.
Well, now, you were a special consultant on Saving Mr. Banks?
Oh, yeah, well, I called him a musical consultant, but actually I consulted on the personalities of Walt and Richard Sherman. I knew him.
Yeah.
And Robert Sherman, I knew him quite well, and Don DeGrati, this wonderful guy that we worked with on the storyline. It was wonderful.
I have to ask, because I remember seeing you the day after they shot the big premiere sequence at the Chinese Theater across the street. That had to have just been really strange for you to be on the set recreating this premiere 50 years ago that you were at, but you're at now with your avatar, or whoever that is.
It's an amazing, it was a wonderful, wonderful thrill. Actually, my wife Elizabeth and I were there watching Richard Sherman and Elizabeth going into the theater. It was quite an experience to see that. And of course, they've done it with such love and such care. It was very, very beautifully reproduced. It was really something special. If you haven't seen it, we're selling tickets.
That was a plug, wasn't it? Well, let's talk a little bit about the music from Mary Poppins. And look, these songs have become classics. They're standards in the American songbook. And let's roll over a few tunes. So let's go with the first one. Let's go with the song that he won the Academy Award for, that Richard and Robert won the Academy Award for, which is Chim Chim Cheree.
Right, well, now, before I play it, let me say this. In the film, you'll see a fellow named Don DeGrati. And Don DeGrati was this wonderful story man. He was a sketch artist. He was brilliant at that. And you could describe a scene, and he'd be sketching it out, and pretty soon you'd actually see the scene. He was wonderful. One day, Bob and I, my brother Bob and I, came into his office, and we had been working on a sequence for Poppins, and we saw a little sketch in the corner of one of the storyboards. And it was a sketch of a little chimney sweep who was all covered in soot with his arms slung over his brooms, walking down the road and whistling. And we looked at that and we said, who is this guy and what is that? And he said, well, this is a chapter in one of the other books about Mary Poppins shaking hands with this chimney sweep, and the children say, we're going to get soot all over you. She says, don't you know it's luck when you shake with a sweep? And I said, oh my God, there's a song title. I said, no, that's not a song title, but it's an idea for a song. My brother said, we've got to write a song. This has got to be done. And so we played around with the words chimney, because that's about a mouthful. So we played it a little bit, and out came this lucky song for us. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chiree. A sweep is as lucky can be. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chiroo. Good luck will rub off when I shake hands with you. Or blow me a kiss, and that's lucky too. Of life has been strung, you may think a sweep's on the bottommost rung. Though I spends me time in the ashes and smoke, in this whole wide world there's no happier bloke. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chimney. A sweep is as lucky can be. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chiroo. Good luck will rub off when I shake hands with you. As the ladder of life has been strung, you may think a sweep's on the bottommost rung. Though I spends me time in the ashes and smoke, in this whole wide world there's no happier bloke. Up where the smoke is all good and curled, between pavement and stars, that's the chimney sweep's world. When there's hardly no day and hardly no night, there's things half in shadows and halfway in light. On the rooftops of London, cool what a sight. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chiree. When you're with a sweep, you're in glad company. Nowhere is there a more happier crew than them what sings chim chim chiree, chim chiroo. Chim chimney, chim chim chiree, chim chiroo. I gotta give a lot of credit to Dick Van Dyke, who sang it so beautifully, and Julie Andrews.
Now there's another song in the film, speaking of Julie Andrews,
right,
that you wrote just for her,
right,
which was Spoonful of Sugar.
Exactly.
Tell us how that came about.
Well, you know, actually Bob and I had written a song, a ballad. We called it The Eyes of Love. Very pretty song. It had philosophy, but it was a sort of a slow-moving song. It didn't have a pep to it. And Julie came to hear the score. She heard all the songs that we had written, and she was very enthusiastic. She was beautiful. But she confessed to Walt Disney after our meeting that ballad, that keynote song that she sings, it's a nice philosophy, but I don't feel it's the right kind of spirit. It should have a bright kind of a snap to it. And so Walt broke the news to us, later. He said, Julie was very thrilled with your score. She likes your songs, but there's one song she didn't like, and we felt kind of crushed because that was our big one. We liked that the most. And he said, no, we're going to have to do something different, so you guys will think of something. I know. And so we, pressure. And so we thought, trying to come up with a little slogan that said the same thing as The Eyes of Love. You can see things much more beautifully and everything if you look through eyes that care, that love. And we didn't want to say it that way. We got another way of saying it. And we were thinking of a slogan like an apple a day, or stitch in time saves 9, that kind of a little expression. And Bob's son Jeff came home from school one day. He had the Salk vaccine, but he had not taken it as a vaccination through the arm. He had actually been given a cube of sugar. And Bob said, did it hurt when you had this vaccine? He said, oh no. They put the medicine on a cube of sugar, and we saw it like candy, and it was easy. And so Bob, bless his heart, came in the next day with a glassy look on his face. I've got a title, I've got a title. I said, what's the title? A spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. I said, that's the worst title I have ever heard in my entire... Wait a minute, oh no, my God, it's great, it's wonderful, it's original, it's special. And so we played that, and there's one little line in the song that we did especially for Julie, because she wanted that song to be written, and the song, well, I'll sing it. When you'll hear the line, you'll know she wanted a song with snap. And so this is the song. In every job that must be done, there is an element of fun. You find the fun and snap the jobs again. And you're the joy, you got it right. And every task you undertake becomes a piece of cake, a lark, a spree. It's very clear to see that a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. The medicine go down, medicine go down. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down in the most delightful way. A robin feathering his nest has very little time to rest, while gathering his bits of twine and twig. Though quite intent in his pursuit, he has a merry tune to toot. He knows a song will move the job along. For a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down, the medicine go down, down, medicine go down. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down in the most delightful way.
They paid attention. They got the snap.
I know, they got the snap right away. I didn't have to point it out.
Yeah, these guys are energized, and I think you have a perfect song to keep the energy going.
Oh, good. You do? You do? I wonder what that would be.
I have no idea, but it's a long word.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Boy, that's a subtle hint, isn't it? What could it be?
Because I was afraid to speak when I was just a lad. Me father gave me nose a tweak and told me I was bad. But then one day I learned a word, save me aching nose, the biggest word you ever heard, and this is how it goes.
How's it go?
It's supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I traveled all around the world, and everywhere I went, I used my word. Folks would say, there goes a clever gent. When dukes and maharajas pass the time of day with me, I say me special word, and then they ask me into tea. It's supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Can anybody say it backwards? Anybody volunteer? Somebody? I don't see any hands. I'll do it. Dojisalixpiasticfragicalirupus. Don't try it, you might hurt yourself. So when the cattle backwards come, they're going for this way. Just sum it up, this word, and then you've got a lot to say. But better use it carefully, or it can change your life. One night I said to a girl, and now me girl's me wife. She's supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Dojisalixpiasticfragicalirupus. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Think how lucky we were that Walt gave us Dick and Julie to sing that song.
You know, it's really fun though to hear 1,000 people going, I'm gonna lie, I'm gonna lie. You know what, let's talk about, and let's just do a quick medley of this, but these are songs you're probably not familiar with that got cut from the movie.
Oh, I know. We wrote a lot of songs because we didn't have the final script until quite a bit later. We were just working with a story idea, and we were developing chapters of Mrs. Travers' books. And so many times we came up with an idea, and we liked it, and it was stayed for a while, and then we said we don't need it anymore. or else Walt will say, we need this, and it's unnecessary. And so I'll play a couple of the songs that we wrote that we kind of liked a lot, but it didn't quite happen. One of them was, there was a chapter called Bad Tuesday in one of the books, and I think the first book, where the children were called nasty and ornery, and they were being difficult. And Mrs. Travers says, Julie Andrews, as Mary Poppins says, you children got up on the wrong side of the bed today. And they said, the wrong side of the bed? I get on the same side you got off on the wrong side. And then she used to sing this song. Everybody starts the day in a simple, my voice is going, maybe we get some water on this. Everybody starts the day in a similar way. Every single morning, we open our eyes with drones and sighs while we're stretching and yawning. Then we fold aside the counterpane, and the moment is at hand. Which side of the bed will our head be on when on our feet we stand? Some days the right side is the wrong side. Some days the left side is the wrong side. Those days your face is on the long side all day long. Some days the right side is the right side. Some days the left side is the right side. Those days your face is on the bright side all day long. It's up to you to choose which way your day is going to start. The right side or the wrong side is decided by your heart. So try to think about the bright things. You'll find that they are all the right things. You'll be on the right side, never on the wrong, all day long. You have to use your imagination. The one thing we could do as Walt was we could say, this is going to be sung by a very beautiful voice, a very pure girl, lady's voice, and he could hear through what I was doing to what he was going to hear in the movie. And believe me, that's a talent in itself. I mean, the man was incredible that way. We didn't have to make elaborate demos or anything. I just sing him the song, and of course that one didn't make it. Then we had a song that we wrote for Admiral Boone. Now, you remember Admiral Boone? He's the one that shot off his cannon, you know, at the crack of 8 o'clock in the morning, at 6 o'clock at night, boom would go the cannon. And so we decided we'd have a song that Admiral Boone would sing. And he had a couple of sort of assistants. We wound up with only one assistant, Binnacle his name was, who was his assistant when he was shooting his gun off. And this was the song that we originally had written for Admiral Boone. Irwin Costello, our musical director, liked the main theme so much, he used that theme in the movie. Every time we saw Admiral Boone, you heard this little main chorus. But this is the whole song, the way, most of the song, the way we originally had done it. Who met Spain's Armada with daring and skill, and cut them up just like a mutton pie. And one of the men said, Sir Francis Drake. He says, that's right you are, that's right you are. And who, when at Trafalgar, displayed enormous skill, and thereby put Napoleon in the eye. And he says, that was Horatio Nelson, correct. And who in the Royal Navy established that rigid time, that firm and flexible innocent interval known as T. And they say, Admiral Boone, right you are. Da 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 da. Good right there. Da 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 da. Da dum da dum da dum da dum da dum. Boom 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 boom. The name for punctuality, you may safely assume, soon, is known throughout the Admiralty. It's me. It is I, sir. I, sir. Oh, yes, it is I, Admiral Boone. I only want an excuse because I've never played that song in 53 years. So
That's that one off.
it's a little bit tired. There's another song that I particularly liked, and we actually used it. We tried to use it in Poppins, and we tried to use it in Bedknobs and Broomsticks. And both times, in both those movies, this song just wound up on the cutting room floor. It never got into the picture. We actually had recordings and everything. And it's when Mary Poppins, it started, was inspired by this story where Mary Poppins tells the story of a zoo where the zoo was kept by the animals and the people were in the cages. And we said, that's kind of fun, we could have some fun with that. And so we coined a word. It's called a chimpanzee. And our chimpanzee went something like this. Again, 50 years. I'm blanking out. No, I'll get it. I rehearsed this afternoon, so I got it. In Timbuktu, there's a chimpanzee that's run by a chimpanzee. It's an oddish place where the human race is under lock and key. And on their backs they wear small plaques for the animals to view, which specify the reasons why they're locked in the chimpanzee. If you're boisterous and bumptious, you're grist for the chimpanzee. If you're overly rambunctious, you're whisked to Timbuktu. Laughs, laughs, nothing but laughs. You know who's laughing at who? It's the animals there who giggle and stare at you and the chimpanzee. Now I have an orchestra, which I'm going to bring. The orchestra's in my hand. Wait a second, I'll get it. Don't go away. Oh, yeah. There it is, I got it. More rhythm. If you're overly, you may never play the music halls in all your wildest dreams, but Dillo and Blaster the chimpanzee and the animals burst their seams. It takes a lot of talent and time to become a Western attraction, but in this place one rude remains gets a marvelous reaction. Laughs, laughs, nothing but laughs. You know who's laughing at who? It's the animals there, billow and stare, great with glee incredulously, at the rockers, bunches, rowdy and rude, at you and the chimpanzee. Performance, but you never heard him before.
Now, you guys were laughing when he pulled the kazoo out, but before you came in and he was outside, before you guys arrived, he made $150 off that kazoo. Well, now, let's be honest.
Yes.
Not everything that you and Robert wrote, was a hit.
Oh, I know.
You had a lot of hits.
In fact, there's a fellow, it's a culprit in this audience right now, who's responsible. We wrote so many songs together.
Well, we'll get to him in a moment.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
so you had hits. We all know you had hit songs, but you had another genre of songs that you used to like to call
Smash flops.
smash flops. Why don't you explain to this nice group what a smash flop is?
Well, you see, the thing is, quality sometimes has anything to do with the fact that a song does not succeed. Sometimes it's a matter of bad timing. Now, I have a friend, a very dear friend named Milton Larson. He's right in the audience there. Milton, would you stand up? Just
Stand up, Milt.
wait for
Where are you?
everybody.
There's Milt right there, everybody.
He's my dearest friend, and
There he is.
we go back to the year 6. But many years ago, we met and we've had such fun. But among other things, Milton created the Magic Castle that's up on the hill just above. That's his baby. And he's done many wonderful things.
Which, by the way, Milt, correct me if I'm wrong, is the Magic Castle celebrating its 50th anniversary this year? Yeah, 50 years.
50 years. Anyway, so Milton and I proceeded to write some songs. And unfortunately, we were just doomed to have no successes. Everything was wrong. I think our timing might have been off. Of all sad words of tongue and pen, the saddest of these it might have been. That's exactly what this is all about. And so I'm going to play you 4 of my favorite and Milton's favorite smash flops. There'll be a hot, hot time in Lakehurst, New Jersey, when the Hindenburg lands today. Oh, the band is gonna play, and we'll all hip hip hooray when the Hindenburg lands today. All the way from Germany you floated to us, and we know that your motto is New Jersey or bust. We'll have a hot, hot Jersey with the Hindenburg Lines do. We're depending on you to wipe out the Sioux. We know you'll come through, General Custer. That whole savage race will retreat in disgrace. You'll put them in their place, General Custer. Ride out to the little bighorn, surround that Indian band, and history will recall this day as Sitting Bull's last stand. Sound the drums and the flutes, soon you'll taste victory's fruits. Wish we were in your boots, General Custer. Bon voyage to you, new Titanic. Bravest ship on the sea. Bon voyage to you, new Titanic. Say hello to the Statue of Liberty. To wish you a safe crossing is unthinkable. We know what you're costing, you're unsinkable. So bon voyage to you, new Titanic. You're the greatest ship on the blue. Bon voyage to you, new Titanic. I'm so lucky to be sailing with you. When the spruce goose takes the sky, roaming lumber yards can fly. It will bend, it will swoop, and go looping the loop, making history way up high. On its mighty maiden flight, we'll forget those brothers right. Oh, it's gonna mean more to us than the spirit of St. Louis when the spruce goose takes the sky. And as you climb away to new heights, all you've got to fear is termites when the spruce goose takes the sky. That's right. Great song, man. It's about time.
Yeah, as they say, Richard, timing is everything.
I agree with you. It's just beautiful songs gone to waste like that.
So as we wrap up, I want to let the folks in on a little something that happened earlier today.
Oh,
Little surprise. Before you guys came to the theater, we surprised Richard with something. Now, you heard me allude earlier that Richard has Oscars. He has Oscar Gold, Grammy Gold. He has a window at Disneyland, a door at Disneyland. It sounds like Elton John meets Home Depot. But here at the El Capitan, we surprised Richard today by naming the dressing room the Richard and Robert Sherman VIP dressing room. Let's take a look on inside. Let's look inside the dressing room. And as you can see, it's all decorated in early Sherman.
it was one of the biggest thrills of my life. It truly was. It was amazing.
Yeah, and he didn't know it, but on the other side of the door were all his friends.
Oh,
They were all stowing away. It was a big surprise. But there he is, looking shocked. Man, you're big.
Amazing night. Amazing experience.
And he doesn't get to keep the scissors. So to wrap things up, now we've got to get everybody vocalized. Say me, 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 me. Who said you, 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 you? Get that man some oxygen. We have the perfect song to end with. I want everybody to stand up. Everybody up, 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 up. Up, come on, stand up. Now, this song is going to require some swaying, so give yourself some swaying room, okay? And when Richard starts, you all sing along because you know this song. Get it, Richard. With tuppence for paper and strings, you can have your own small wings. You can dance on the breeze over houses and trees, with your fist holding tight to the string of your kite. Oh, 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 oh.
soaring up through the atmosphere, where the air is clear. Oh, let's go fly a kite. When you send it flying up there, all at once you're lighter than air. You can dance on the breeze over houses and trees with your pistol being tight to the string of your gun. Oh, let's go fly a kite up to the highest height. Let's go fly a kite and send it soaring up through the atmosphere, where the air is clear. Oh, let's go fly a
All right, so this is the 50th anniversary of Mary Poppins, right? There's another significant anniversary happening this year.
I think so. I think everybody might be either ready to kill me or kiss me and my brother for having written this one. So a lot of you are already ready for it. Let me say this. I must say that when you write a song, you don't write it in full speed. You write it slowly. You write it carefully. And this was originally written like a prayer for peace and understanding, and it still is, if you listen to the words. So I'm going to sing the first verse, just the way we first wrote it, before anything. And when Walt first heard it, and he said, yeah, that'll work. He said, but I think we got to put it in tempo. And so we put it in tempo. This is the way we first sang it. It's a world of laughter, a world of tears, a world of and a world of friends. It's so much that we share that it's time we're alone. Now in tempo. It's a small world after all. Come on, everybody. It's a small world after all. It's a small world after all. It's a small world after all. It's a small world. There is just one moon and one golden sun, and a smile means friendship to everyone. Though the mountains divide and the oceans are wide, it's a small world after all. 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 It's a small, small world.
Thank you, Sherman, everybody. You guys ready and set? Did you like that? All right, now, I have a few notes. First of all, who brought the kite? Where's the kite? Who has the kite? He invented it! Okay, so what you're about to see is a restored version of Mary Poppins. This is the first time that the original camera negatives have ever been scanned for this film. It was done at 4K resolution to capture every possible detail. The animation sequence restoration was probably the most demanding part of the project, as it had a great deal of built-in optical printing artifacts and dirt and scratches, so it looks pristine. The original 35mm 3-track stereo magnetic masters were used to create the new 7.1 mix you will hear today. The original 3-channel mix can be heard on the 50th anniversary Blu-ray, which, remarkably enough, is available next door. Who knew? After the film, we want to invite you downstairs because the Walt Disney Archives have put together a terrific exhibit of Mary Poppins memorabilia, so make sure you go downstairs to the lounge, and we hope you enjoy Walt Disney's live-action masterpiece, Mary Poppins. Happy time, everybody!